Good morning, sir. Sir, should I start?
Yes, you can start now.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Jai Hind. On behalf of Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad, I welcome you all to the ninth session, fifth day of the Faculty Development Program on Future Wireless Technologies 2021. This morning, we are honored by the presence of Honorable Director Sir Dr. P.K. Chopra, respected Head of the Department Dr. Nilesh Gupta, esteemed Speaker of the session Dr. Brijesh Kumar Gupta, and faculty members. Dr. Brijesh Kumar Gupta is a founding director of Branet Technologies Private Limited, NCR, Ghaziabad. He is an entrepreneurship certified faculty in Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. He is International Telecommunication Union certified faculty, Asia Pacific Center of Excellence for Information Security and Cyber Security for Enterprises. He is visiting faculty for Central Detective Training Institute, BPRD, Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. He is also visiting faculty for National Power Training Institute, NPTI, Ministry of Power, Government of India. Sir has 29 plus years of teaching, research, industry and administrative experience at various levels in Indian education system and abroad. He has recently supervised 43 MTech thesis work under Work Integrated Learning WIL concept for postgraduate students, international client projects with Agile approach, Australian Technical and Management College, Melbourne, Australia. He is also resource person for many technical institutes, universities all over India for AICTE institute-sponsored faculty development programs. At present, he is working on latest technologies like blockchain, IoT, cybersecurity, cybercrime and forensics, data science, and delivered lecture sessions during current situation. Approximately 15,000 students, faculty, technocrats, and common citizens got benefited in India and abroad till date. He is currently serving as consultant under Global Academic Lead Program for Australian Technical and Management College, Melbourne, Australia. He has also served in the Ministry of Defence, Government of India as a civilian officer. He has carried out doctoral research work in the area of high-speed communication at Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee, India. He has also worked on two major research projects sponsored by UGC New Delhi and AICT New Delhi and completed them successfully. Served in reputed technical institutes of UP Technical University, Lucknow since 2003 after completion of his PhD. He has attended 50 plus international, continental and national conferences, educational conclave, business summits, workshop and symposium in India and abroad. He has also chaired technical sessions in several international conferences. He is also member of editorial board to several international national journals. He is life member for Indian Society for Earthquake Technology, India, Education Wing of Raj Yog Education and Research Foundation, India, and Center for Education Growth and Research, New Delhi, India. Sir is also winner of Shiksha Gaurav Puraskar 2014, New Delhi. He is also honored on the occasion of Annual Scientific Research Day, 14th October 2015, King Khalid University, Abha, KSA. He is honored with Howard Cosell Memorial International Honor Award 2018, West Bengal. He is also National Education Day Awardee 2019, New Delhi. He is honored by UP Police for Spiritual cum Social Awareness Services August 2019, Gautam Budh Nagar. He is also shining on the Roll of Honor 2019-20 Government of India, New Delhi. Sir is indeed an inspiration to all. With all respect, I welcome you, sir, to please shower your words of knowledge.
Okay, should I start? Should I start, Professor Nilesh?
Yes, sir, you can start now.
I want the sharing with me so that I can start my presentation. Uh, Professor Asmita, please give me the command for that sharing, the control.
Sir, sharing has already been off from our side, so you can share.
Okay, okay, got it.
So at bottom, sir, just at
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
right
got.
three
Yeah,
dot. Yeah.
got it. Yeah, I think my presentation is there. Okay, my presentation is there.
No, sir. Still, it's not shared.
Not here. Okay, got it. Yeah. Please let me know. It is okay now.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
okay.
Fine. Thank you. Now it is visible, everybody? To everybody? Yeah?
Yes, sir. It's visible to everyone.
That's fine. That's thank you very much. Okay. Okay, I shall start now. Fine. If there is any problem, please let me know so that because it is a matter of technology, might be some disturbance in the communication or connectivity. Anyway, I shall try my level best. Thank you, convener uh, for this program, FDP, Professor Nilesh, and especially Director Professor Chopra, who invited me for this program to deliver my talk on this next generation network, and of course for nice delivery of my short profile by the anchor of this program, Professor Smita. So I have to start now. Dear friends, here my talk will be the next generation networks. So I know well that last 4 days, and it is fifth day, you are continuously talking all about or listening all about technical session. Of course, my topic is also technical one under this program, but I shall try to make it more interesting and more try to link with daily life as well as so that we can understand. It is not a matter of the technology or networks or communication, but what will be the impact for this technology at present as well as in future, and what we can do better for our next generation, means young generation. So I have to start my presentation contain all this topic which I have to cover next 90 minutes approximately. That is what is the journey of communication and network. Next, my topic about NGN, next generation network. Engine architecture, of course, it is a very wide topic, and you can see that number of books are available for this technology NGN. But I shall try to give a brief idea that what about NGN and functional model. Then challenges, basically my main topic is for the quality of service, security and network management, and trends. What is going on nowadays? What will be the future aspects for that? And being as a person from the industry, I should try to explore the ideas, what is happening in the global and Indian market. And finally, we have to conclude something and the content reference from which I have to prepare this lecture session for you people. Okay, so let us enjoy this picture first. Hope so. Might be you are getting surprised how you are getting this picture for this technical presentation. But my way of presentation is something I have to take the things my own ideas. So you can imagine that you have seen such type of the picture in the movies also, and in the literature or stories sort of thing. Um, in movies also, there are so many movies are there where a masses getting transmitted from sender to the receiver. So you can say this picture has number of meanings. That is, we are using the natural traditional method, protocol is there, sender and the channel is there, as well as message is there. So you can say three in one. But this is the reality also. It's just for a harmonical purpose we are transmitting the message. But if we go to the another phase, it is not only for the social communication or business or other communication, but basically it is also used for the war purpose, for the confidential purpose also. So you can see this is a picture, and I took this picture from you can say World War. So this is here. You can say it is approximately 100-year-old picture. That is British Army, which carries the peasant in the France. Okay, it is 1999, and the peasants were used to send the masses during the First World War. Okay, you can understand the importance of such type of the carrier 100 years before. Okay, World War duration was 1914 to 1919. Okay, and it is picture is from the history of the Great European War. It causes and the effect volume. It is the reference. You can explore this. So this is the way that how the you can see how they are well trained. I mean this way of communication during the war. Okay, because there was no such type of the technology. Technology is hardly 50-year old. Like when we are dealing this first generation, second generation, I shall discuss all this point. But at the moment, I would like to say that the communication was there, and the people who are taking to take the confidential message from one corner to the another corner of that land and all these things. So it is the way that how the communication was there. Now, a little bit more advanced when we are having this, because the topic was for the electronic department, electronic and communication department. So you can see this is the real picture, and you can see that the people are using this small creature, that is pigeon, through that small chip to transmit the masses. Still, you can explore number of cases when our neighbor country, they are sending such type of the communication from one cross border to export the information from the other countries. Fine. So this is the way. But you can see that if you go back from that first picture, my first picture, that the message was in the form of the envelope paper. Fine. And today it is in the form of this hard chip. So you can say that the information always change, but not ultimately goal. Goal means that the objective is same. Means the transmission of information from one place to the another place, or you can say from source to destination. Okay, that is the ultimate goal. Fine. The meaning of communication is always same. Whatever may be the reason, whatever may be the objective, but the meaning is same. What is important is that now we want, because we are living in the information communication technology era, so we want the communication fast. See, the pigeon cannot run at the speed of the light or speed of the signals or electromagnetic waves. Now what is the demand of the time is that communication required quickly in the real time, to be able to access any type of the resource from anywhere, and to be able to access the shared information as safely as possible. So it is equally important. Means it is not only the matter of the transmission of the information, but to share the to share information safe and secure manner. Now you can see that the beginning was this one. Okay, and today, because of this technology, this picture get converted into this picture. Okay, the pigeon is same, the shape is same, but now the natural beauty of that dog get converted into that technical you can say creature sort of thing. So now we are using this communication channel or media or carrier. Basically, I would like to rather say carrier at the moment, that we are using all these things. That is at the right means your Gmail account, your website, your whatever, maybe you can understand. There's no need for explaining all these things. So now this creature became this thing. So you can understand what happened in the last 100 years. Fine. Just a brief time, what was happening in the development of the wireless communication. So it is 1857. You know very well Maxwell equation how the get started. But the real scenario what got started in Marconi, fine, you can say in the beginning of this 20th century, 1901, okay, 1901, when Marconi discovery was there. Then it is, number of discoveries are there. And now today we are in the fifth generation of this wireless technology, fine. It is just historical background. So, dear friends, I just within last 5 minutes, I just give the idea. What about the communication? But now, in which era we are living? So, I try to explore this picture, that what is happening, all the course, that is silicon chip, fine, silicon chip, hardware part, it is getting double every 1.5 or 2 years, you can say. Density and the speed double, even if I can say more than that nowadays. Optics, transmission capacity double again every year. Data and the web, internet subscriber every 2 to 3 years. I will try to share latest data in the next PPTs. Internet servers again 2 times, multiple means 2 times. Wireless 1,000 times every 5 years. Okay, you can understand how exponential it is. Power, okay, again 2 years, 2 times. Compression, okay, how to compress the data. Information density again every 5 years get doubled. So this is the trend going on, even more better than that. This is the scenario, dear friends, that every day every day we are producing, or we are the entire globe is producing approximately 10 to the power 18 bytes of the data, and it is available on the net also. So you can see how much global data is getting generation. Every day we are getting generated data in the form of the textual, unstructured, semi-structured, multimedia, image, video, audio, everything. And especially during this COVID-19, you can see that tremendous amount of the data was there on the online or the virtual mode. And this is the way that how the things are going on. From the, data become the integral part of our modern life. Going automatically. Yes, data become the integral part of the modern life. and you know that it is very, difficult to, from the very beginning, we have to say good morning through the WhatsApp or through the chat. So it becomes the part of whatever maybe socialize our life is there. It becomes the, from the morning till morning, good morning to the good night, we all believe in the data itself. Now this is it. So I told you that the scenario what is going on nowadays in our present life. Now the growth of the data and the network. So the communication is growing every day, and the number of network devices also increasing with the same speed as we discussed space of technology. And so getting difficult to manage a huge number of the fixed function network infrastructure devices, as well as to control human configuration error, which is continually driving the adaptation of the next generation network. So dear friends, as I told you that what was happening from the very first picture, and in this era, everyone is producing tremendous amount of the data per day. So that's why there's a need to think better speed, higher speed, connected more devices, more capacity, and that's why that is the evolution of the next generation network and the objective of my this topic session. As I told you, dear friends, this is the latest survey which I tried to explore from the report. You can also get exposed to such type of the data. What is happening last, you can say 1 year, especially during this pandemic. What was there? I think the picture is clear to you because it is full screen. You can see January 2021, and the data it was from January 2020. That is, you can say the most critical period of this pandemic situation, last 1 year, January 20 to January 21. Fine. So you can see that in this slide, you can see the population of the world, that was growth was 81 million. 81 millions, approximately it was increased 1%. 1%. Okay. Now you can see in the next three circles, green, blue, and this third one, you can see that the mobile number of users, they got increased 1.8%. That is 93 million. The population got increased 81 billion, but The unique phone users, mobile users got increased 1.8%. Same thing, internet user, because of this pandemic, tremendous growth. You can see 7.3%, and it became approximately 316 million. That is, you can see, if I divide 81 to 316, it will become approximately 4 times approx. Fine. So you can say 4 times increment. Then active social media users, tremendous growth. You can see last this 1 year data gap, you can see 490 million, and the growth was become 13.2%. So this is the latest report data which I try to convince you people that that the growth of this communication, data generation, number of users, number of devices, tremendously growth. If we compare this 1% growth in the population, world population, it gradually increased 1.8 for the mobile user, internet user 7.3, and social media user 13.2. So this is the scenario. Now, what is that now? Now, if we go back, that the telephone was only used for the voice communication, okay? But now all the things are coming on the same platform. That's why it is the convergence. Convergence develop the idea of the next generation networks. Fine. That is just like, when the sun rays are coming on the convex lens and they got focus on a single platform. Okay. For more powerful, the same thing is here, that how we can want to get converge all these real-time data and the non-real-time data to get converged on a common platform. So convergence between the broadcasting, computing, telecommunication is now for this NGN, and it is changing the nature of the communication services and the network over which they are delivered. Convergence is largely being driven by the migration to the next generation network, which form a new architect based on the internet protocol that can unify fixed and mobile network as well as broadcasting. So because of this internet, potential of the internet, everything will become on the platform of this internet protocol. Now, what is that? This is a very simple picture you can understand. As I told you, just like when the sun rays are, falling on this convex lens, so same thing is here. So all these come, next generation will be get merged or converge all these services, whether it is your voice, whether it is your audio, high-speed data, low-speed data, video, television, and different services, even if the business, all these things will become on this common platform, that is NGN. Now, dear friends, because IT is responsible, or the different agencies all over the world, they are responsible to make this standard definition for this new technologies. ITU is number one, or you can say the leading agency for that, ITU for International Telecommunication Union. And in the recommendation, year 2001, it defined that we can say that it is a packet-based network. Okay, it is first, if you go to the analog one, it was the circuit switching, but it is a sort of packet switching network. Okay, so it is because everything got integrated, ISDN. I shall come later on that that point. But here at the moment, I would like to say that it is, as per the definition, it says that it is a packet-based network able to provide telecommunication services, which is able to make the use of multiple broadcast, quality of service enabled transport technologies, where which service related function are independent from underlying transport related technologies. That is, scalability will be there, expansion will be there as per the need of the users. So this is the most important feature for this NGN. Fine. As per your services, you can try to export the potential of this NGN. Okay. So that's why this is the concept of this NGN. It enables the autonomous access. What I just told you, autonomous access means you are free to do whatever service you want to do, export. You can export that for the user to network and to competitive services provider, or the services of their choice. It is important. I mean, this is the main aspect, that the users are free to access their, as per their requirement. As per their requirement. Fine. It supports generalized mobility, which will allow consistent, ambiguous provision of the service to the users. So you can say that NGN will be the, NGN will be the user-friendly and user-centric. Okay. To provide better quality of services. Fine. All the aspects. whether it is your data, voice, video, whatsoever may be. So NGN will be capable for to deliver such type of the services. So it was the definition provided by the ITU in the year 2001 recommendations, and this is the ETSI, European Telecommunication Standard Institutes. It says that it is the concept of defining the deploying the network, which due to their formal separation into the different layers. Now this is the concept, as I always discuss, it is ISO SI model. For this 7-layer model is there. Then for the internet, there's the TCP IP model, 5-layer model. In the same fashion, this is a formal, different layers are there. I wish I discussed there will be 3 layers, 3 planes are there. Then different layers and the plane use of the open interface. It is the beauty that you can extend that, you can scalable for that, for the offer service provider and operator at a platform which can evolve in a step-by-step manner to create, deploy, and manage their innovative services. Means if you want to explore something new, it is feasible in the case of the NGN. Now here, dear friends, I just tried to explore that how the cellular networks go for the generation 1, that is 1G when it was analog, 2G when it was digital, okay, 3G when it was packet network, when it was UMTS, Universal Mobile Phone Services, CDMA 2000, that is under the third generation of this communication services, 4G, that is OFDM, 100 megabit, that was the mobility users, 1 GB for the low mobility access, LTE, LTE advanced, this all historical development. Now we are in the era of the 5G, fifth generation of this communication technology, where we require higher spectral efficiency, as I discussed in the beginning of the session, multi-giga internet access, enhanced mobility broadband, ultra-level low latency, then massive machine type communication, that is machine-to-machine communication. And you can see in this figure that every 10 years the technology is getting changing. That is, 5G is enabled to the world for this dynamic exponential growth towards the revolution. As I told you that it is not only the matter of the message from only one sender to the receiver, but now billions of the users on the same time are transmitting their data whatsoever maybe from one place to another place. So that's why we require a revolution in this information communication technology era. So you can see in 1980s, that is, you can say 40 years before, that was the first generation, as I told you in the previous PPT. 90 again, next 10 years the technology got changed. Next 2000, 3G, then 4G 2010, only hardly 10 years before when everything became on the internet protocol broadband. And now in the 5G, everything became, as I already told you, that Internet of Things. But that is not my topic at the moment. But 5G means everything on the common platform, which is IP based, internet protocol based. I just try to give this idea that how this NGN, what was the first wave, or you can say first phase, then second phase, then the third phase. Fine. As I told you in the previous PPT, that it is 5G is the 4G was the internet protocol based IP broadband services. Fine. Now here, because of the growth of the internet and IP based network, their requirement for the bandwidth and the capacity has rapid innovation was there. As I generally told in my, I always say in my lectures that if you see that the internet was only for the communication, transmission of the data from one computer to the another computer. But now internet, change its objective. Now everything on the internet, it is not only the communication, you are getting control your business also. You are getting control your, different functionality of your organization also, even if the industry also, that is internet of industrial internet of things. So that's why the examples are your DSL, then the IP services, and the advancement in the optical networking technologies. That is the first wave. In the second wave, what was that? That in that technology, there was the integration between the IP based and the PST, and that is the public switch telephone network. Okay, services, both combined together. And that is the idea of the quality of service, IP based quality of services. Okay, then you have to manage your real-time traffic also, whether your video and the voice, new network management, quality of service, traffic engineering, pricing, accounting models. That's why, because the services got merged. That's why there was a new model for the business also. That was the second wave. In the third wave, where we are there now, Now, because in the PSTN now the mobile wireless IP-based network, now all this get unified, means get merged on the next generation network, which provide internet and the carrier grade telecommunication, which offer better quality of service. That shows that is ambiguous and preserving network, means anyone, anybody, anytime, anywhere want to explore the communication facility or services. Anybody means any part of the anyone in the world, anytime, 24 by 7, anywhere, any part of the world. For that, I just make all these highlighted in the yellow color. That is, these are some of the recommendation or the agencies going on. That is, one is there, Global Information Infrastructure, ITU 1995. They are working for all together so that they can make a better standards for all these things, because that is a big challenge. Interfacing and standardization is a big challenge. As I told you, ETSI project, then ITU engine project, then engine project SG13, Special Interest Group 13. So all these are working for to develop a better standard for the NGN. So this is here. I just told you in the beginning that there was a convergence, all these services on the common platform of the NGN. But here you will see in this picture that internet, telephone, mobile, radio network, all these will be get merged through this IP-based protocol, IP network, fine, which is easy to handle, reliable, and mobile. So all these services will be get converged or merged on this platform of this NGN. Now, dear friends, what we want to expect from all this new technology or this NGN networks, fine. So here you can see our data application. That is, they should be get on the common network traffic, that is multimedia, where we can get the collaborative system which can increase the acceptance. Network driven of the data networking solution, data network that also support voice, PSTN, as I told you already. Second thing is that rapid new technology which decreasing the cost and increasing the capability. It is the most important feature. That is, the capacity, the capability are increasing day by day. Okay, but the cost is reducing. That's why it is very easy to get explore the facility or the services through this communication networks. Network is now packet based, okay, and it is widely utilized all over the world. But that need the quality of service. Security is also one of the measures, which part of my this session. These are the challenges basically. How to maintain the quality of service when there is bursty short of data on the network. How to maintain the better quality of service. Security, of course, very serious challenge. Network management. Intelligent wire speed, quality of service, switching arrangements, better efficiency and the control. Data network achieve reliability. Vendor are to provide solution, because interoperability is the big challenge. Okay, how to work in the heterogeneous scenario. So multi-vendor environment, allow rapid introduction to the new services, allow customer to provide service differentiation. So these are the challenges what we accept. But on the other side, we are getting the better resources, better services, better abilities. But on the other part of the coin, other face of the coin, we are facing challenges also. So how to overcome all these issues, that will be part of my next part of this session. So you can see, I try to explore this thing through a technical manner. You can see in the first figure, we are having a separate circuit switching network. Okay, it was the separate for the analog telephone network. Fine. Second, we are having the separate for the data network. That is, frame relay was there, X125 ATM router, all these things. But here we are merging both these two. That's why that is the IP based. Fine. So that is next generation network. So you can say the conclusion is that NGN is nothing but it is network of networks. So you can say here it is the voice, it is their data combining this. So this is all this network. All this network will be combined and make a super network. You can say NGN means super network, okay, or super domain, okay, superset, or I would like to rather say superset. So you can say NGN is network of network, or that is next generation networks. Fine. So for that, we can say that it is excellent performance with the IP. Okay, quality of service, routed once. Okay, distance transparency, because it is based on the distributing computing, policy driven network management. Okay, broadband access, wireless and optical networking, silicon and software, hardware and software, all these combined. Okay, that will give the better potential of the technology. So, dear friends, the discussion of last half an hour. This is the conclusion that we can say that we can say NGN, or we can conclude or summarize that NGN, next generation network, is broadband, means very good capacity, capability, bandwidth, broadband managed. Okay, that is the challenging part. Managed IP network. Okay, fine. So this is, you can say, four words definition or summarized definition of NGN. That is, NGN is basically broadband managed IP network. Broadband, where we are having all sort of the networking, whether it is your fixed one, whether it is your mobile network, or whether it is your wireless network. Okay, because your FDP is based on the wireless technologies, as per the topic of this FDP program. So you can say that all the networks, whether fixed, mobile, or the wireless, they will become together. Network of the network managed. How it will be get managed? That is through the IP network. Okay, and this is application will be for the services, for the business, for the player, for the users, even if for the unknown domain also. Whatever maybe want to explore these facilities or the services through this network of network, most welcome for that under the scalable of this thing. Now, dear friends, I try to just give the brief idea what is the architecture of this NGN. So you can see in this picture, there are that sort of two circles. One is the inner one. Inner one is basically the core network. In the next PPT, you will understand in a better way. But you can see it in a brief that the core network will be your IP based. Okay, where you are having all these services, differential services, MPLS, inter services, ATM sort of thing. Okay, so this is your core network, but the access network will be all these. As I told you in the previous PPT, that is, NGN is the network of networks. Fine. So you can say core network means that will be the backbone, combine all together, IP-based network. But all these are the network. That is whether it is your wireless LAN, wireless PAN, 3G, 2G cellular, FTTPX, Ethernet cable communication, wired communication, DLS, discuss. Then ISDN, PSTN, WiMAX, whatever may be LT, whatever you are thinking or existing at the moment on the global scenario. So all these network will be get combined, and core network will be the backbone. Join all together, bring on common platform. So the complete next generation are divided into two typical constituents. That is access. Access means who are the part of that network, and the core network. Just like you can say a sort of structure of the atom. Nucleus part, where the proton and the neutron are existing and the electron revolving all together. So all these network will be provide the services. Okay, and the nucleus, where that will be get combined through the common network. So here I try to to give this idea. I just told you just now structure of the atom. So you can say all these IP core network. Okay, this is the core network. If you can see my cursor moment. So this is the IP core network. Okay, got it. And here this is the through this gateway. For example, I'm using this network. So through this gateway, it is try to can explore the services of this NGN. So this is the gateway. Same thing here, application server. Okay, so this is your voice over IP, then IPTV. More important nowadays, next generation TV, you can say IP based TV. Then IEEE, ISDL, LAN, what I told you in the previous wireless access devices, wireless family, GSM, IEEE 802.16, all these things. So these are your external circle. All these external circle, or you can say network get combined, network of the networks, and that will become the NGN, and this is your core network. Okay, so this is a brief idea about the NGN. What is the architecture for that? The key principles, the key point we try to explore this PPT, that it is the open architecture. Open architecture in the sense that it is open to support service integration. For example, suppose some new network is there. Suppose one new network is getting existing here. So he can that network can also export the service of this NGN through this combining with this IP core network. Fine. Now here, Open architecture means open to support service creation, service updating, and incorporation of the service logic, providing other third parties and support distributed control as well as enhanced security and the protection. Fine. So this is the open architecture, means it is scalable. Second point is there, that is independent provisioning, means the process should be separated from the network operation by using distributed open control mechanism to promote competition. Fine. Okay, so this is again a big challenge. Open competition, economic, business challenges there. We shall discuss later on. Multiplicity, that is, engine functional architecture shall offer the configuration flexibility needed to support multiple access technologies. Means whatever may be the new technology, that also become the part of this engine. Okay, the new technology will be also get connectivity with this IP core network. That will also become the part of the engine. So that is the most powerful feature of this engine. Fine, because as I told you that we are only understand that the internet means only the way of the communication, but you understand the meaning of the internet. What is the potential of the internet all over the world nowadays? Okay, so here I try to get in the form of the sets, mathematical theory. You can see that this is your data communication and this was your telecommunication. Fine, and how to get it converge for the new services and the requirement of the new technologies. So you can say that this is one set, one circle, one set where we are having data communication, which was connectionless, loosely coupled, control distributed, software fault tolerance, feature during session, quality of service, high latency. Fine. So all these are the first circle. And that in the telecommunication, it was connections, tightly coupled, centralized control. So you can see almost these are a sort of reversible. It is connectionless, it is connection. It is loosely coupled, it is tightly coupled. It is loose control, it is distributed, it is centralized. But here you can say we are getting something common, intersection sort of thing. And the application in the sense that is your video, audio streaming, conferencing, mobile access, fine. Your voice over internet protocol, virtual private network, e-commerce, these are the application part. So that will become the common both of these, whether it is data communication or whether it is telecommunication. Second, infrastructure. So that is the same thing. How? So you can say that something better, we try to make all these common intersection or intersection application part as well as common infrastructure. So this is the way that how we can get merge your data communication and the telecommunication. Fine. Here, dear friends, this is basically the functional model. As I told you, if you go for the ISO-SI model, there are 7 layers. If you go for the TCP/IP model, which is responsible for the internet communication, that is your 5 layers. But here, it is a functional model for the engine, and that has your 3 layers. Fine. Or you can say it is, if you go for the 2 dimension, it is 3 layers. If you go for the 3 dimension, you can say these are 3 planes, which next PPT will be discussed. So here in the functional model, you will see that. Dear friends, this is there. First is there your transport layer. Okay. Second is your service control layer, and third is your application layer. Okay. In the transport layer, you can say in the transport layer, this is your second one. And here, as I told you in the previous 2 PPTs, these are your core network. Okay. Through this core network, you can get more application or the services through these 3 layers: transport layer, service layer, and the application layer. Okay, if you go back for this pictorial diagram, so you can see that it is transfer functional area, the base one. It is 3-dimensional figure. You can say functional area as well as plane. So these are transport management function and control function under this layer, first layer. Okay, so this is the plane sort of thing. So this is your engine transport. Okay, transferring of the data or whatever may be. And this is your services. Okay, service management function, resources, control function. This is your service part. And finally, when combined all together, transport and services, that will be your application part. That is application, middleware, and the baseware services. So the first figure was the functional diagram, and this is your a sort of model. Okay, engine transport, plane sort of thing, layer as well as planes. So this is your engine transport, then services, and which type of the service application you are dealing for that, it will be provided accordingly. Here I would just try to give the brief idea of what is transport layer. Okay, Transport layer is the based on the IP, Internet Protocol, which can utilize the advantage of the multi-protocol level switching. Okay, so that is your first layer, that is your transport layer. It forms the core of the network. Okay, it is from the core of the network. It is basically consists of assembly of the routers, optical network, which are responsible for carrying traffic originated by the access layer. Okay, so this I just give the brief idea because topic is lengthy one, so because time is limited. So transport layer means it is basically NGN is based on the IP and utilize the advantage of multi-protocol level switching. Okay, you can say this is the basic aspect or point for this transport layer. Okay, and it is from the core of the network. It basically, you can say the components are there, routers, optical network, which carrying the traffic to the access layer. This is your transport layer. Second, dear friends, your service control layer. Okay, the service control layer, it consists of all call servers where all the information of the network resides, and these servers are responsible for call setting up, routing, modifying, charging, tear down calls, and control some other activities within the NGN network. So you can say service means a short of establishing the call setup, because it is something different. And if you go for that, first there is a request for the call or connection, then acceptance, then call setup, and finally when session is over, then it is tear down. Okay, connection is over. So same thing is here. So it is basically is consist of the call servers where first connectivity, and it is get setting up by the routing, modifying, charging, tear down, calls, control. So basically you can say it is also the part of the business, means the services will be get economically will be get generated through that basis on this data. Okay, service control layer consisting of the soft switches. I shall take later on. Soft switches, media gateway, controllers, IMS performs the function of the authentication, accounting. You can say accounting is also part of that billing part, maintaining the quality of service, security, and the network management. So you can say that service control layer is very important. Every layer is important, but you can say that basically for the business purpose, authentication, security, quality of service, network management, all these responsibility belongs to the service control layer. Okay, finally application layer. Okay, so this is the outcome, you can say, for any of the model. Application layer is the outcome for whether you are dealing with the ISO or whether you are dealing with the TCP IP. So application layer make the use of capabilities provided by the other functional layers to provide multimedia service and application based on the open architecture, that is application programming interfaces. Fine. So I just try to give a brief idea about all the three layers of this model. That is what all about the transport layer. Second, what all about the service control layer, and finally what is all about basic idea about the application layer. Fine. Now, as I told you that there was one of the part was this soft switches. Fine. So now what are the main component of this engine? So I shall try to give some idea about all these components, hardware component. So here it is soft switch, media gateway, and INT. So let us see what is soft switch. Fine. So basically this is the figure 4 source. So let us get back. So it is a software switch, which is device independent software platform designed to facilitate telecommunication services in an IP network. So you can say it is based on the software sort of thing. That's why it is called soft switch. Fine. Thus, it is the architecture and not a box. Fine. So it is a designing part of the software. Since it is the main component in the whole network which perform the task of establishing the call and transmitting the voice media. So you can say the role of this switching is that to establish that call and transmitting of the voice data media. Fine. That's why, and it is based on the software. That's why it is called soft switch. Some of the author, they also say it is also called call agent. Fine. It is also soft switch is also called call agent or media gateway controller. Fine. It is also called MGC. It communicates with the signaling gateway via the session initiating protocol. So the communication gets started through this SIP, session initiation protocol. network. Okay, when session has to get start, then the call will be get established accordingly. So this is here. This is here the basic diagram for soft switch. That is, it is here for the BSNL. They are dealing with all this. So that is gateway is here, media gateway, access gateway, IP endpoints, management, IP network gateway, short switch again for the second. So this is one of the short switch for the another network, and this is here short switch for the another network, and it is network gateway. Okay, this is your enterprise gateway. It is SIP, application server. Okay, so this is all are the different connectivity. SIP for this one, then it is signal, then all these are the things that how two network are getting connected through the network gateway and connectivity between the two different short switches existing in the different networks. Second part is here. So dear friends, second part is there, signaling gateway. Okay, so this is the gateway perform the work of the transmitting all the signals required during the call processing. Fine. So the objective or the functionality of this gateway is transmission of all the signals which required during the call processing. Okay. Second, it communicate with the soft switch via the signal transport. That is how the connectivity takes place. That is through the signal transport, it communicate with the soft switch. Second component. Finally, the protocol is their SIGTRON, which is equivalent to the SS7 protocol used in the traditional system. So SS layer 7 is the protocol, and it is similar to that. Okay, so in the NGN, what is the role of in the traditional SS7 protocol? The same thing here, signaling gateway for this NGN technology. And finally, this is here your media gateway. Okay, media one is there also, media gateway. So media gateway, it is second last. Media gateway are classified into the trunk media gateways, TMGS, and access media gateways. Okay, so these are of two types. These access customer equipment and provided the as functionalities. AMGs will be replaced level 2 in the phase 2 and will provide direct access to the end users, while TMG will be replaced level 1. Okay, so these are the media gateway functionality, how they will be work for this entire NGN component architecture. Fine. This is all about. Fine. So this is your media gateway. That is there you can say it is TDM carrier, means this is your time driven multiplex access carrier through the ISDN, integrated service digital network. That is your traditional one. And this is your soft switch. Fine, it is the hardware sort of thing. So this is your soft switch. And finally, media gateway, they are getting converted to the voice over IP carriers. Fine. So this is here voice over IP gateway controlled by the soft switch and perform signaling, billing, rating, and more. So this is all about your media gateway. Fine. Hardware connectivity. And finally, this is here your application server. Okay, so you can see here the application server is a specified unit and it is not a tool. Okay, so this is an application server. It is a unit, not a tool, and it is basically a set of different parameters providing connection between various parts that are dealing with the network problems such as third parties and the developer. So this is all about your all this component of the NGN. Fine. So I try to give the brief idea about all these things. So now, dear friends, you can see that in the last, you can say approximately 45 minutes, I try to deliver what all about the need of the NGN, next generation network, and what about the architecture, and what all about the components. Okay, fine. So now, that was the basic background of my topic or introductory part of my topic. Now, in the next, this 50% of the session, I shall try to discuss what are the challenges or what are the trend going on for this NGN. And I shall try to also discuss something on the global and the Indian market. And finally, I shall try to conclude my session. Okay. Now, here. Okay, Dr. Nilesh, I think my communication is okay or any problem, please let me know. Dr. Nilesh?
No, sir, it is okay, sir. It is okay, sir.
Thank you, because I was sometimes worried whether it is okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so dear friends, Okay. So in the next part of my this presentation, I should try to give, there are different challenges basically. If we take just a layman sort of thing, first you can see that we are merging our old traditional, because we cannot throw out all the infrastructure at once. Of course, new technologies are there, but we cannot delete or bring out from our life or our you know infrastructure at once. So that's why, because it will pay huge amount of the cost. That's why there will be a phase-wise plan how to make a sustainable development with the old technology and pace with the new technology with respect to time. So here I try to give some basic points, which is the gist of the global level conferences or the workshop by the expert, that what they feel all about, what are the challenges, because of course everyone like that I am getting better services, but the challenges are there. Like nowadays everything is on the online during this pandemic situation, but the challenges were also there. Many people are having health problem, many are people are facing security problem, and they are facing number of frauds of their financial or other frauds. So these are the side effects, you can say. So until or unless we are not focusing all the aspects, so it is very difficult to what you can say accept the new technology. So here first I tried first evolution and convergence, as I focused mainly the convergence of the different heterogeneous sort of equipment, technology, or hardware, software. So it is a big challenge. How to get converge for this? How to make them harmonize? Harmonize means interoperability. You are getting my point. How to harmonize all these things. Second thing, new business model. It is again a big challenge. Now see what is happening nowadays. For example, you are having your TV or your direct to home TV. So you are paying bill for that. Okay, independent or monthly or quarterly, whatsoever, maybe or yearly, whatsoever, maybe. Okay, so that is independent billing system for your that entertainment services or TV services. Second thing, for example, you are having your landline phone. So you are paying differently for that. You are having your mobile phone for the different service operator, for example, Airtel, Vodafone, or Reliance. So you are paying different charges for that. You are having BSNL phone in your office, so you are paying for different for that. So you are paying independently or separately charges for independent services as per the service provider rules and regulations or the authority. But here what happens if suppose you are paying single bill for all the services? Try to understand. So it is a big challenge. So new business model. Okay, so it is also a big challenge, that is service creator involvement. Means when all the services will be on the common platform, how to make the billing system for that. It is not part of my session at the moment. So that is, but I'm talking that business model. There is again a big challenge. So first, as I told you, harmonize all the hardware, software part or the technology on the common platform. Convergence, it is a big challenge. Then second, your business model, how to develop a business model, how to make a global acceptance for that. Service creator involvement, NGN as a service platforms, what we discussed in the previous part. I shall take more part later on as an example service. Regulations, big challenge again, how to provide global standards, communication versus broadcast, global standards, global collaborations. So all these are your policy making, your business model, your convergence, then technical issues. Technical issues here, I would like to say that basically it is a separate topic, where that is because at the moment most of the world part is IP version 4, Internet Protocol version 4. But because of his shortage of this addresses, now we are shifting, or already the things are going on. That is IP version 6. Okay, more complex, more serviceable for all these multimedia services. So when we are shifting our network from IP version 4 to IP version 6, it is again a big challenge. So it says that technical issues, multi-prefix in the IP version 6, confliction between the NGN. So it is a big challenge. That is an independent topic. So I'm not touching, but I'm saying that it is again a big challenge from shifting from IP version 4 to IP version 6. And IP version 6 is the demand for the NGN. Okay, because as I told you, number of users are increasing day by day, not only day by day, every moment. So For that, you require new addresses. IP version 6 address, ISP Internet Service Provider, both of which are assigned to the same terminals. So these are some of the things which has to be come into the consideration when we are thinking about NGN, next generation networks. So dear friends, as I told you, because topic is too wide and time is less, but being as a just a short of technical issues, I shall try to take all these challenges. Some of the people take these are the issues, but some of the people these are taking as the challenges. Fine, issues and challenges I'm taking at the same manner. So as I discussed with you that I try to take three issues basically here. One is the quality of service issues, second is the security issues, and third is the network management issues. Fine. And then I shall try to conclude the old traditional network and the NGN. Okay, first let us come back. What issues should we get overcome when we are dealing NGN with respect to the quality of service parameters? Fine. So here you can see that here the issue is the dial access blocking, maximum delay, because quality of service parameters are different when we are dealing about the delay, the throughput, the latency, the jitter, so many things. 9 to 10 parameters are there basically when we are dealing high speed communication. Okay, because that was area of my research also. I discussed the congestion control in the high speed ATM networks, and we discussed three quality of service parameter for the various wireless and the wired networks. So here I would like to say that maximum delay and the jitter bandwidth, because congestion, see, when there is number of users every moment getting increased, number of devices are getting collected increase every moment. So naturally the traffic amount of the traffic will be increased in that ratio also. So how to deal the traffic smoothly, or you can say congestion free. So if these are basically complementary things. If there is a congestion, it means that the quality of service will be degraded. ये सीधे सीधे बात है कि रोड पे आपका ज्यादा व्हीकल्स चल रहे हैं, आप टाइम से नहीं पहुंच पाएंगे. Okay, same thing with the data also. When data traffic is there on the high speed network and there is a bursty short of traffic, we say it is bursty short of traffic. Bursty short of traffic in the sense when there is a sudden burst on the on the high on the route, then that is called bursty. When we are dealing the real time traffic, that is the bursty short of thing. So when there is a bursty traffic, then it is very difficult to maintain proper quality of service. So there are two things are there. If congestion is there, it will reduce the quality of service. Now, if we reduce the congestion, then we are improving the quality of service. Now, this is a big challenge. As I told you, number of devices are increasing, connectivity is increasing, users are increasing. That's why to maintain the quality of service is a big challenge. Fine. This is the conclusion for all these things. So, latency and the jitter, delay, throughputs, all these things are the quality of service parameters. What should be the approach? It says the approach should be that one should be use the quality of service aware network element. That is again a different topic that is called intelligent network. Through that intelligent network, how to divert your traffic in an intelligent manner so that the data will be reached timely on the destination. Fine. Integrated services, classification, multi-priority, the buffer management. Buffer management is also very, very important. These are all part of basically the congestion control. Then your, I can say in the electronics, the topic is not there how to deal with the traffic. Congestion control is basically the topic of the CSIT or other department, but congestion is very, very important. So congestion control is the part of the quality of service. Then policing, shaping, marking, they are different. When we are dealing with the high-speed network, especially when we are dealing with the ATM, there is a leaky bucket algorithm. There are different sort of algorithm. Leaky bucket is one of them. Then buffer management, traffic shaping, all these things. So these are part of the algorithm of the quality of services. Fine. Efficiency of the network traffic, then caching, network server, load balancing, of course, one of the part for that. Mirroring, firewall, proxy server, private peering agreements. So I just, because topic might be new for you people, I can't say at the moment with confidence, but quality of service, just try to make link with your traffic on your road and express highway. Traffic is more, congestion will be there, and you will not reach destination timely. The same thing with the data. When we are dealing the packet switching, especially when we are dealing this packet and the traffic is very, heavy amount of the data is there, then to maintain proper quality of service, one has to control the congestion. That is the only solution. Okay. Better the congestion control, better the quality of service. So that is the big challenge. Second, security. Okay, it is my favorite topic. Security, of course. When we are dealing the communication, the security was not taking the importance, but nowadays security is taking very much importance, and it is it is what we say in our cyber security, that is called your three triangles are there basically. That is CIA for confidentiality, then integrity and availability. Okay, confidentiality means authentication. Who are authenticated parties who will be access that network, access control and the audit. Okay, so these are the issues: unauthorized network access, inappropriate access to the network, disclosure of the data, unauthorized modification or alteration of the software and the data, network traffic, spoofing. These are all cyber security aspects. Okay, what should be the approach? Approach should be the security policy should be there, access control policy should be there, fine. Authentication, tunneling, intrusion detection, prevention, active track. So this is the part of your cyber security, confidentiality domain. Then integrity. Integrity means these are the issues, fine. Integrity means it should not get modified. Information should not be modified. It should be ensured. But in initial tampering, human error, disaster events. So that is the integrity part. What should be the approach? Firewall, encryption, because it is all your part of the cryptography. Firewall, encryption, public PKI, then certification, tunneling, virtual private network, IP security, compliant, all these network access translation net. All these are the algorithm and the protocols for the integrity purpose. Availability. Prevent the source from the being depleted and becoming inaccessible when needed. Fine. So this is the availability. Means who are the authenticated, the information of the data should be available to them timely. Fine. That is availability parameter. Fine. So for that purpose, there is this ICS certification, automatic network delivery discovery. All these are the approaches. That should be the approaches, recommended approaches. And general means endpoint, not registered IP addresses, users, non-IP protocols. All these are the issues, and these are the solution for that. That is NAT at the interface between the enterprises, public network, end-to-end tunneling. That is IP within IP. That is more important. Tunneling is very, very important part for that. IP within IP. Okay. Then virtual routers. So these are basically the cyber security issues, and what should be the remedies, approaches should be there. Okay. So this is again a big challenge. Security will be the big challenge. And finally, network management. As I told you, the data will be having in what you can say in nature or real time. That's why the issue of the network management is also a challenging one. And second, the heterogeneous nature of the different component or the architect. That's why complex network with many services, lack of data coordination and the integration, that is the big issues. That's why one has to make directory into the management process. Policy should be there. Fine. Each device is statically managed and has on related data. So you have to introduce integration of the service management and the related data integration. Need to offer the policies, VPN, quality of service, integrate quality of service, routing, security servers. Need for the more dynamic, timely management of the network. Policy management, expert system control, provisioning parameters, and the service policies. Meaning to say, when we are dealing quality of service, when we are dealing security aspects, when we are dealing network management, number one, first one has to think about the technical aspects, and more important, the one has to think about the policies. Because without the policies, one cannot move step ahead, and the policy should be the global one. Okay, if we are talking the next generation network and we are dealing only the local policies, it will be not work. It can only work for your corporate level, that is for your intranet, but it will be not work for the internet. Fine. So these are the, I just try to, because of the limitation of the time, I just try to explore these three issues: quality of service, security, and the network management as the challenges. Even if the billing economic challenges also there, big challenges also there. Here, dear friends, I just try to conclude that what we are dealing at the moment as a traditional network, and what about the next generation network. Okay, so that at least you can have some idea the difference between these two, and why this is getting more popularity or more importance for coming time to come. First, as I told you, NGN is IP based, Internet Protocol based, while traditional network is TDM. As if you go back to the different component, there's SS7 and TDM, time driven multiplex. And when it is on the other side, right hand side, then there is an IP network for the NGN. So traditional network, they are time driven multiplexing based or statistical multiplexing, while NGN is for the IP based fine. They use different control and the signal protocol for example, these are IP, MPLS to support different multimedia services. While in the traditional, they are using standard signaling system number 7. That is also called SS7. I don't know whether it is part of your syllabus for this EC department, but they are using because it is part of the computer network, so they are using standard signaling system that is called SS7. Okay, SS7 along with the TDM, and here it is MPLS along with the IP. You can understand like that way. Okay, so this is a difference. Second, second, it is they are using the packet switching because now we are living in the era of the digital world, so that's why everything is on the digital mode. Fine. So that's why we are using the packet switching, while in the traditional we are using the circuit switching. Fine. The most important thing is that in the case of the traditional network, the cost is high, while in the case of the NGN, the cost is low. Fine. It supports the variable information, voice, data, multimedia. It supports non-variable information. Fine. The vendors can implement the customize the services and the applications, as I told you in the beginning. Here, that depends upon the vendor implementation. For the different services, you have to require different vendors. Fine. No resources consumed at the absence of any communication. This is important. Means if there's nothing is to be get transferred, then no resource will be free. No resource will be utilized. But in the case of the traditional network, dedicated path is reserved for the duration of the call. Fine. Multiple services can be achieved at the one platform. Okay, multiple services. Okay, you will enjoy next PPTs. What are the services areas for that? So multiple services can be achieved in one platform through the IP, Internet Protocol. Here, multiple services require the different platforms. So this is the basic difference between the traditional network and the NGN. Fine. So I just give the idea about the challenges and the difference between the traditional and the NGN. And now, dear friends, you can see that in the traditional one, we are having so much technology, so many things. Okay, so many things on the on the you can see upper part of this PPT, and in the bottom part you can see only just one NGN. Just NGN will be capable to handle all these technologies on a common platform. Okay, so you can see that it is it is a paradigm shift, or you can say all in one. Next generation means all in one. So you can say telephone, fax, data communication, internet access. That will be the part of NGN. Analog telephone network, PSTN, digital telephone network, ISDN, broadband ISDN. That will be again part of NGN. Packet switch network, SDH, ATM, frame relay. All these are the part of that. Fine. ARPANET. That is the beginning of your internet. Fine. ARPANET. The beginning, that was the ARPANET. If you I can see you understand all this, the beginning of this internet technology, that ARPANET, then internet, ARPANET, then later on called internet. ARPANET, ADSL, fiber direct to home, then all this technology, NGI interface, all these are again. Then FTP telnet protocol, your website, IP telephony, broadband streaming, all these are again in the common. Fine. So you can say, sorry. So you can say, dear friends, that all these technologies, whether the old one, present one, or the new one, they will become on the real-time traffic and non-real time in the form of the voice, sound, video, multimedia. Okay, and that will be called your NGN, next generation network, and that is your network evolution. That is the trend is going on like this. Okay, because my topic is NGN, challenges and trends. So what is trend? That is merging all the technology on a common platform. Okay. So NGN will provide your telecom application, then your internet. Telecom means here your voice. Okay. And here internet means your data. and that is your network evolution coming both things on a common platform. That is NGN. Okay. It is again a very favorite PPT. So you can see in the left, right hand side, I discussed already all these three planes: transport, service, and the application plane. But here you can see, as you can see that it is also the part of when we are dealing the different protocol in the TCP/IP model. Then if you see that if you are wearing dress, the upper part and the lower part, then it is get tied with the belt. Belt is the central point of your body. The same thing is here. Internet protocol bound all the protocols. Okay, so this is you can say sort of backbone for this thing, because it is binding the upper part of the body as well as lower part. So that's why it is just like a belt, central part. So you will see that internet protocol, because of the potential of the internet protocol, there will be the scope of for all these services for the NGN, next generation network. Fine. I already discussed all these things, but you can see internet protocol will be the backbone for NGN. Here, everything, any or all type of the network technologies, all the protocol that will be get bound, anything and everything, that is your voice, data, video, that is your application. So you can say that here the technologies will be get bound, any type of the application, through this internet protocol, and that is the trend is going on for the next generation networks. Okay, so this is the basic principle for the next generation networks. Okay, so till time I just try to deliver all this little technical or definition of this NGN. Now I shall try to what will be the future direction for all these things. Fine. So you can see that how the how the revolution will become through this NGN technologies. So you can see that, dear friends, today you can see in this picture, this PPT, you can see yesterday. You will see all the three times: past, present, and future. What was the past? That is, we are having the phone, circuit, voice, one size. That was the yesterday, the central point. In today, what we are having? Gaming, content, applications, connectivity, audio, photos, Wi-Fi, wireless LAN, DSL, wireless WAN, camera, fine, PDF, personal digital assistant, business, consumers. This is the today scenario. But what will be the tomorrow scenario? The future will belongs to all these things. That is users, vertical market, consumers, teen, youth, machines, machine to machine communication, again very wide area, and the use of the artificial intelligence for the autonomous communication, again a very wide area. Users. So you can say that tomorrow users will be short of that thing. Devices, everything will be on the common platform. That is your internet of things. Not only internet of things, internet of everything. Fine. So you can see your smartphone, your TVs, smart TVs, network computers, okay, system on chips, high definition TV, robots, next generation personal common computers. All these devices will be also on the same common platform. IP clients. Okay, so this is your daily life experience, social experience or personal experience. This is your device, IP clients. This is your network, and that is your technology. Okay, technology will be IP core, fiber to the premises, high bandwidth, wireless fabrics, home network, third generation sensor network, RFID, very important again. Okay, your medical sector, healthcare sector, based on the sensor networks. Application will be your wireless broadband, mobile commerce, e-learning, health, multimedia, broadcasting, all these things. That is your application part. Fine. So this is the overall future based on the next generation networks. Okay, these are all services. So here I try to divide into the four parts: user, devices, network, and the application. And here I try to converge all these services for the future. Okay, so this is a sort of cloud, NGN cloud. Okay, and on the cloud, everything on this platform, whatever maybe you are thinking, you can adjust yourself. And that's the beauty of the NGN. Fine. Here, always on with any device, anytime, anywhere, voice, multimedia, self-service, very important, self-service. Okay. Simple for the end user, secure, trusted, and the reliable. Fine. So this is the future convergence. So dear friends, here, after discussing all this, points regarding the NGN. There's tremendous market opportunities when we are dealing the NGN. So it is a sort of market survey, which is based on the global market research report. That is, you can say, last 7 to 8 years. That will be the scenario. Okay, so you will see it is getting, these are the different region of the world. North America, that will be the scenario 19, and in 2026, or you can say nowadays we are here 2021. So you can see the things are increasing. They are increasing every year. So this is the data of the last continuously 7 year, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So you can see the things are increasing. Okay, NGN potential is getting increased. Whatever may be the part of the world, whether it is your North America, Europe, Asia, Pacific, Middle East, or Latin America. So things are, the NGN opportunity or the potential that shows the potential in the market, global market, in the all years, and it is and next 5 years, you can say 21 to 25, the growth is higher on the higher side. Fine, but we are more interested in the current market in India, our country, because country is working well for this ICT. So here, just I would like to conclude that first, you can see, as I told you, that the business model again required the revision for that, because at the moment the main player for this voice telephony, whether it is fixed or wireless, BSNL, of course, it is not no more in picture much. But Airtel, MTNL, Reliance, these are the big players for this voice telephony. Then data, internet access, that Tulip, Sapphire, BSNL, Airtel, Reliance, Vodafone, this is for the data, it is for the telephone, it is for the data, and it is for the broadcasting. That is your Doordarshan, number of channels of TV channels, Doordarshan, All India Radio, satellite, and the cable television. So you can say, when we have to deal all these things, whether it is your entertainment or broadcasting channels or media, data, and your voice telephony, when they will be get merged on the common platform, then we have to develop new business model, and for that we require a proper regulatory authorities for that. So that is the current scenario in India. Okay, what is next convergence model for that in India? So you can say industry market, as I told you, service, device, and the network, and it is for the quality of existing customer. So that is again, when all three will be common, then you require new policy or the regulation for that. Okay. Now, thing is that whether the country is ready to handle with this NGN, because what is that? If we divide into this adaptation, because we are dealing the trained in the NGN, we discussed last 80 minutes. So you can say that this NGN can be, we will be ready only and only when we have to deal all these three aspects. That is your social aspects, economic aspect, and the technical aspects. Social means, dear friends, that is your user demand, high browsing services. Economic means your competition, investment, top line. Technical means the obsolescence of the old technology, cost, services, benefits. So if we are dealing all these three parameters, then one can say the country is ready to adopt the next generation network. Every topic is very wide, but I just try to give the brief idea based on the research or the views of the reports or the experts. So I try to conclude all these aspect on the global scenario and the Indian scenario. Fine. So here, just on the last phase of my session, I try to conclude my session like that. As I told you that in the recent year, the technology characterized by the evolving trends, new trends are there. Set a box, or you can say that everything will become on the digital form. Okay. And even if you can say the theater might be obsolete in the coming time, or your cinema hall and all these things, everything will become on your theater at home. Fine, because everything available. So I can say that the services as well as the entertainment matter, same thing, other business model, they will be also get changed. That is disruption of technologies. Fine. The traditional methods are now getting replaced by the new technologies, especially when we have to face this pandemic situation last approximately 18 months. So you can say that new trends are coming, and trends as well as new challenges are evolving. That's why One has to design and management of the each information system, address issues related with the planning. Planning is very, very important. Planning and policies are very, very important when we are dealing the ICT infrastructure for this NGN, because it is evolving very fast. Current trends of the time, when everything we can communicate, it became digitized. Demand for the new ambiguous services is growing. Okay, demand is growing every moment, and this is the advantage of the next generation network. Fine. With the development of that, one has to propose or consider the infrastructure, speed, services, and amount of the connection that will increase exponentially. What we discussed already, and as I told you already, dear friends, at the same time, one has to discuss about the vulnerability, threats, risk, quality of service. They should be very well managed or assessed when we are dealing the converged network, which will be define the role and relationship in the future information and communication environment. Fine. So here just I would like to say the future require a revolution in the integration of the services, convergence of the technology, sharing of the resource, and the process optimization. The ultimate goal is to closer to the user, simplifying the polarity of the resources and communicating with interfaces, thus offering simplification and convergence embedded in quick and easy sharing from the workplace to everyday life. And finally, communication is the driving force of society through a network. Fine. So because communication is the backbone for any of the civilization, and it is from the beginning of the civilization, that's why it will be always as a driving force of the network, okay, or civilization. So dear friends, these are my references from where I shall try to explore the knowledge. Some of the session I deliver in my ITU session, some are from my standard book, some are from the workshop session of the ITU and the expert from the Japan and all these things. So you can explore this knowledge from your side also. So this is all about from my side. This is my most welcome. If you can contact me through your department or through professor. So this is all about my side, Rajesh Gupta. And I thanks a lot for your patience hearing. And thanks to God also that I'm continuously talking last 85 minutes. So I hope so that my voice was clear, and I try to just share what about NGN. And finally, I would like to say that in this PPT, thank you PPT, that one side there's a technology, but technology will become in such a manner that we can establish the harmony and peace in the world. Fine. Because nowadays the technology is getting misused also. If we take the positive side of the coin, it is getting benefit to the society. But on the other side, if you say that there is a greenhouse effect, the negative impact of the technology, you understand very well. Crimes are there, so many things are happening. I will not discuss at the moment because time is not permitting. But I would just like to simply request through this session or this platform that one must use the technology in such a manner. What was by in the first PPT, that is we should have a symbol of the peace and prosperity of this world to make the harmonize all over the world and all over the citizen of this beautiful world. Thanks a lot. Thanks for patience sharing and giving me this opportunity to deliver my session. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. The information about next generation network trends and challenges which you have shared with all of us will indeed help us to enhance our technical knowledge. I must remark a proficient sense of gratefulness to all of our participants. And I also take this occurrence to thank the entire organizing committee of the FTP. Thank you all.
Sir, you're not audible. Your microphone is mute.
Okay, thanks. So thank you very much again, once again, for this opportunity provided by the AC department, especially the director, Professor Chopra, Professor Nilesh, and the coordinator of this program. I try to deliver just to give the the basic theme or objective, but the topic is too wide that every topic required a session itself. But I try to link, just like NGN network of network, I try to give the technical aspect or points to come on the common platform of this session. Thanks a lot very much, Professor Nilesh, Professor Chopra, and especially the anchor of this program, Dr. Amita Asthana. Thanks a lot. And
Thank you.
all the participants, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome. Okay, thanks. Can I leave now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you.